What's up, everybody? It's your man JFilt from HowToMakeVerySickBeats.com, and welcome to another edition of Learn How to Sample Like in collaboration with the good folks over at Tracklib, where we will investigate sample flipping, crate digging, and production techniques of the great ones. In this episode, KAYTRANADA. So let's get into it. Okay, just in case you don't know about Tracklib, it's just a dope subscription service where you have access to tons and tons of tracks and you can get your samples cleared and licensed hassle free. What we're going to do is talk about KAYTRANADA, the Haitian Canadian producer slash DJ. Very dope if you don't know about him. And one thing that I appreciate about KAYTRANADA is even though he has like a house type of feel, he's all over the map. He doesn't put himself in a box. But the common denominator is it's still hip hop. So let's do some digging. And when it comes to KAYTRANADA, just go to all tracks and we want to search the genres of electronic, folk world, Latin, and R&B soul. And then we can use the years of 1970 through 1990. And once you do that, you just scroll down everything that pops up. And let's just listen to a couple of things. Already, that's fire, man. So there's all kind of things, you know, soulful, funk, and that's one thing about KAYTRANADA is he is funky. So funk always works. So you kind of get the idea. It just goes on and on and on. Don't forget about, you know, like electronic sounding things. The main thing you want to think about is groove. You want to find some type of groove element and then just run with it. Another thing is he likes to use vocals a lot. And so, you know, he has access to all these, you know, vocalists, but me and you might not have that same access. But if you use Tracklib, you can go to soulful vocals under collections and then pull in a acapella and then use it.
Yet you still don't have what you need.
See what I'm saying?
I wanna get away.
The word around this town is.
So it goes, look at this list, man. It just goes on and on and on. Here's one.
Let's get introduced. Hi there, how are you? You don't know me yet.
I thought that was dope. So I took that and then also a percussion because you want some type of percussion loop. That's what I wanted. I thought that would be real dope. So I found this. Right? Cool. Notice I just have the loop. That's all I wanted was just that loop. I didn't have to get the whole song, just that little loop. And then also this little synth. I took some more chops from this same song. You know, I kind of just chose little loops and downloaded that way instead of just downloading the whole song, which I could have did, but I was just lazy. So now let's go to the DAW and let's start with the drums. Starting with the congas. And keep in mind, BPM, I have it set at 110. You want to go between like the BPMs of at least like 105 to 115, maybe higher than that. Because you want to groove, you really want to move. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a slow tempo. You want like mid to up. And I just pulled up Quick Sampler, and this is it. Those are the chops that I chose. I thought that was dope. Went ahead and added a kick. And like I said, one thing about KAYTRANADA is he really has kind of like a house moving type feel. So 4 on the floor. Y'all know what 4 on the floor is, right? Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just added a nice hard kick. Right? Got that in there. Now notice I got some ghost notes in there too. You hear that? And that's just to kind of move it some, you know, not just the 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw some ghost notes in there. That really puts in that hip hop element. All right, Added some claps. Got to have the claps in there. Then I added like a reverse snare to go right before the clap. Check this out. All that is a reverse snare. Very simple. I added some hi-hats, but check out what I did with these hi-hats. I noticed that KAYTRANADA, he's one of those really, really out of the box guys, man. He'll put some weird effect on something that you don't expect, and hi-hats is one of those elements. So check this out. I threw a flanger on these hi-hats. You know what I'm saying? That could kind of makes it move more. Then on top of that, added a simple open hi-hat. And then let's hear the drums together now. See that? So I decided to add a little bit more percussive elements, a snare and a snap and like a rim. And when you do stuff like that, that just makes the beat even more swingy. So now all together, it's little subtle stuff like that that just adds to the groove. Let's talk about the main melody. What I did here for the main melody was pitch it down some. Let me let you hear how it sounds all the way through. I just thought that was dope, you know what I'm saying? But the way I chopped it was, I chose 4 chops and then I reversed one of the chops. So it sounds like this. I thought that was cool, so that's what I did there. Now using that same song, there was a zap type of feel, which you hear a lot in KAYTRANADA's beats. Some type of effect or zappy, glitchy type of sound. So fortunately, that same sample at the end of it had this sound right here. So I just needed that first part of that. So I chopped off the rest of it and then just used this right here. And also threw in a delay effect. Shout out to ComebackKid by Baby Audio. And it sounds like this. And I use that as like a transition to go from one part of the beat to the next beat. Does that make sense? And you'll hear that later on. Staying with that same sample, there were some organ chops that I wanted to use. I was like, yeah, this still part of the same song. I could use that. Maybe in a different section of the song, but I'm going to use it. Brought it down a couple of keys. Original is right here. And I just brought it up here. So it could match the rest of the song. You have to have a bass line. Have to. That's one thing that I appreciate about KAYTRANADA is his bass lines. You know, I'm a bass head, so I love bass. So what I did was I just pulled up a thump bass. And you really want it to hump, man. It has to hump. And a good way to do that is to throw a little bit of distortion on there. And that's what I did here. And, you know, when you're EQ, you're dropping them highs out. You want that bottom end. You really want that bottom end. So, you know, like a nice subby type of bass. Another thing about KAYTRANADA is synths. He loves adding synths to his beats. So what I decided to do is throw in a synth pad to kind of warm it up. And I'm going to show you a cool thing I did with it. So I just had like a simple couple of notes that's just sustaining. But then what I wanted to do is go ahead and make it move more. So I added this tremolo to make it sound like a side chain effect. So check out what this does. You hear the difference? So that's going to go along with my kick drum. That's that 4 on the floor. You know what I'm saying? The way I did that is just using tremolo. And you could use these settings and copy them if you want to. And that's a dope way to get that side chain effect. Let's move on to the vocal sample. And all I did was find my favorite chops in the song. You know, this is, I don't know how long this song is, but I just needed a few because, you know, when you're creating your own hooks, in verses or whatever, you know, you use it however you want to. So this is what I did.
You don't know me yet, but you gon'
That was part of the lyrics in the song, and I was like, yeah, I can do that.
yeah.
You don't know me yet, but you gonna know me soon.
You don't know me yet, but you gon' know me soon. I think you're kinda cute.
I was like, that was dope. Okay, there was some runs that she did, and I just chose that. And of course, I changed the key so it could match, threw in a simple delay effect, and that's why it sounds like that. Now in the arrangement, notice there's some spaces, and I talk about this a lot. You want to throw space in your beat. You know, that just breaks the monotony of the beat. You want to make sure all the highs are out of the ways of the bass. You want that low end. You want that thing to move and all that good stuff. One more thing I wanted to show you. I went ahead and added vinyl just to kind of make it sound even more vintage. And this is free, by the way, Vinyl by Isotope. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. All right, from the top, here we go.
You don't know me yet, but you gon' know me soon. You don't know me yet, but you gon' know me soon. You gon' know me soon.
Space.
You don't know me yet.
Zaps. More space. So there you have it. It's your man JFilt. I hope that was helpful. Tell a friend, tell a buddy, share this. We're just trying to help as many folks as we can. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. So if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. More videos on the way. Be sure to check out the link below this video because there's a sign up link. If you're interested, just use the link down below and you will get 15 tracks for free. Let me know if there's any other producers you would like me to cover, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm sending peace and positive energy.